One workshop session, Marie Howe said this about our next reader's work, and I quote, "We know we're in poison land." Will Vincent grew up in wine country, Santa Ynez, California. I've been in several workshops here at Sarah Lawrence with Will, and he's the kind of poet person you'd want around the table. I've partaken of his crazy cup, his poems which are rife with boyhood naughtiness. But the poems themselves are never indelicate, they are sonic, and they are wretched, sometimes even heartbreaking. Will's poetry has appeared in the Boiler Journal, Inlandia, Scythe, Word Magazine, Chinkapin, and on 50 Broadsides as the winner of the annual UC Santa Cruz Broadside Contest in 2010. He's also poetry editor of Lumina, where I've had the privilege of exchanging ideas with him on poetry and poets. Another thing worth mentioning about Will, he is both relentless devourer and prolific crafter of poems. As a proud cohort, join me in welcoming a good friend, obsessor of the town, the rotten, and the future, Mr. Will Vincent.
Thank you. That was, wow, yeah. Um, um, this is amazing. Thanks to everyone for skipping out on Coachella and coming out. Yeah. Johannes and Joel are here. I'm totally creepy for. I would put them in my closet, but all I have is a festival, so I'm glad I have them here. Okay, this first one's called User. Teslic bolts stun the land, animated sun speeds around Earth, fluorescence whip down towers and pines, the sky casts a sick glow. Plugged in and boneless, I'm floating in the distortion ray, in the pink divide. I am sorry, I just broke the internet. I was plugging Iago's first complaint into the old machines, spamming his hate into the snow blank search bar. I wanted to know evil. Hovering the acute cursor, the hyperlink shaded violet, when the browser froze and want died, a half-formed bird in my stomach. It was all tentacle porn, backslash clouds, bracketed moon, and the dead kids on Facebook were finally buried at sea. The horizon gone behind a million bees. Now YouTube blasts its final video, a 10-hour clip of a woodpecker hammering its beak into glass. My flesh rendered blue in its light. Spheres ripple, whales sing, clouds freeze. My father drools out of me. His murmurs disjoint from mine, become angular, rhythm slotted out for logic. My father answers the echo. Is it AV to phono or AV to mini phono? He is unstacking the reel cans, wants to film the old projections. He will send me the DVD. I fall out of my father, out of the ray, into a pixel sea. The internet is angry, a titan in its last seas. Its jaws open me. I'm force-fed the lust of the first fish with legs, injected with intelligent pus. Worms click for openings in my skull. I've got it bad, and I swell. Pieces of me reach, devour, impose structure, balance. 1,000 miles of eye decimates every block in Mountain View. Designers and users prod, avatars blink out, bloggers huddle, cold, push each other into my pores, the pits, PageRank algorithms and infinitesimal calculus tattooed across their chests. They swing at each other with the project manager's bones, HTML chains recited raw from the hole's lip, clutching shards of silicon. They circle and grunt. My body become a flesh wave, a serpent pushing ranges. My father is back from his office. He's caught the infection too. sprinting over my colossal form, hacking through trunks of hair, bad back and knocked knees, revamped, propelled on modded hard drive fans. Chips pour out of his joints, rail thin. He leaps my streams, my mercurial sweat. My hearts breed like sick mice, sprout legs, stink like discarded gas, scuttle and cut. My father hunts them, spears the screeching organs with a signpost torn from the street. He tumbles, lunges, and spills the blood they stole from me. My father rips me open with the violent side of a hammer. He digs, swims through me. He chokes the last infected heart until I am called sag, a god deflated, a wet rag suffocating the land. My jugular, a spent river, a burning geyser, an error. And then this next one was a request. It's called Fly. I am a fly. I am in your ear. I slurp your wax. I slurp the hot wax off you when you run. You run twice a year and cough hard. It's fun in you. You leak nicotine. You leak. In all your bones you run. I feel sick in my fly body. You make me sick. You make me want to go to the lamp again. The color split 1,000 ways until it's all I see. The yellow burn. You want to murder me with your hands. Put that in your poem. I want shit. I want to roll and fuck in a pile of shit. I want to make shit beautiful for you. People waiting in lines, sneaking out little farts. Is it beautiful yet? Farts are like your dandelions that you sigh into. Sigh through your saucy lips. Every time you fart, I make a wish. Does that make you happy? I am a fly. I do not know what happiness is. I will die soon. We get about 3 weeks. 3 weeks to fucking roll in shit. Maybe even push out some babies if we're lucky. We could celebrate together. I think about it sometimes when I'm waiting for sleep to take me. I could vomit on you and eat the vomit off. Also bicycles. It'd be nice to ride a bicycle. And then this next. No. There's 3 more. I like when poets say how much more they have because it's like, yeah, 3 more. All right. All right. Caliban. This poem's called Caliban. Caliban is in every raindrop, hydrophilic, pooling quick, friggin' pissed, shattering through sky lights, eddying around balustrades, foyers, knocking teacups, bobbing porn mags, flooding tunnel love boats till they go much too fast as his lightning Charlestons across the clouds, and this myth ends as most do, its hero up there laughing. This poem's called Gallagher. It's about Leo Anthony Gallagher Jr., who was a watermelon smasher and late in his life turned into a pretty bad racist. I mean, he was probably always a racist, but I think he would turn to smashing watermelons before he would go to the racism, and then, I mean, now he just kind of just goes straight to the racism and doesn't smash watermelons. But, all right, this poem's called Gallagher. I don't know what that is. Parks his 2-door in the straw lot, coffee cups pooled at his feet. The county fair lights blast at dusk. Gallagher unloads 6 wholesale pickle jars, a 1/4 gallon of mayonnaise, 12 watermelons, 4 boxes of milk. The gravitron spins in the fog. Its conductor turns with it. By sheer force, he's stuck to the inner sides. He shouts to the black metal pounding out of the stereo. He does push-ups on the wall. Giant Tweety birds hang from their necks. People shoot squirt guns into the mouths of clowns, testing the mic Gallagher shouts at the sound guy as the audience wanders in, fitted with goggles and covered in 1,000 square feet of plastic. Gallagher wants the straw to lie down and scream in the straw. He begins the set telling us that the jails are crowded and that the gang should fight our wars. He brings young men on the stage with backwards hats and cargo shorts and tells them to kneel with their mouths open next to his table. He drags out the massive hammer and a cart loaded with cheap food. Gallagher wants their lips on his eyes, their warm lips, their locked jaws. Gallagher lets the hammer fall on SpaghettiOs, on ketchup bottles, on beer cans, on milk. They explode in rings and spray into the kneeling men's eyes and mouth. Gallagher goes to get a watermelon and the men begin to stand, and Gallagher says, "Get back down." He smashes the watermelon and he fills a pie tin with fruit cocktail and canned Asian vegetable. He says, "This is for the Chinese and the homos," and he lets the hammer fall, staggering back. He reaches into his chest as if he's trying to pull out his own heart and smash that too, and the men begin to stand, and Gallagher says, "Get back down," I said, "kneel." His hand high on the wall. He looks to the washed sky. Kneel. And then this last poem's called The Future. Oh, one. We stopped longing for the moon and populate it. Lots of sex, biodomes fitted into craters, the customary exhalation of dust. Fields reflect in the ceiling of convex glass, our old planet up there, bent with the stars, divining nothing. Man and woman on the moon, bad kid on the moon, lighting his firecracker, fused too quick in the highly concentrated O2 as new birds scatter in their way. He examines the burn on his wrist and howls at the earth. 2. We partition off the wild lands where no human can go. We can only assume wolves continue in packs, circling in birch leaves, shadow 1,000 miles from the words to name them. Maybe one gnaws itself, another brings its toe to the blank spot on its hide. The young ones might reach the boar first, almost tripping, globe casting its blue into their yellow eyes, faster for having never been described. 3. No Ahab to hunt the first whale on the moon, only the kids to carve its shape on the dome's outermost wall, strips of nylon, the beach, gulls with the same indifferent cry. The Leviathan Club cubs squeezed long ways into the globular arc, engine fans deafen, Leviathan flown over the sea, dropped with resounding plop and wave. Salvage the word for the world we left. Here they will find only traces, bits of skin, pillars, krill. 4. Daintree roots clutch the man's shack, planks wet with worms, his old skin striped with light. The electric sun blasts through the canopy. Solar's latest version popped 3 million cricket frogs. Boas grew appendages they didn't need. His record player's bassoon busies a collection of flies. He spins end myths from a green log, how the world was always already ending. Ice, he seems to whisper, disease. 5. Skyline more sharp than curved, glass still cool to break. The bad kids find each other in the city, repurpose pylons, drop hips into windshields, clouds drift over a buttressed sky, cars burn. They steal what they find in the vault when music met video, past eras, destinies of pant width and rage. Bad kids hack the brothel machine's orifice, adjustable heat. A rat restructures itself. Thank you.